serve with humility and servanthood. That's a part of what it means to be a follower of Jesus Christ. And this church decided that they were going to try to demonstrate and to be able to look at someone in their congregation who was most humble. And so they put it out and they did interviews and they talked to individuals and various names came up. And they settled on an elderly man who was so quiet. He always sat in the back of the church. He did things that helped people along the way.
We've been using a consultant by the name of Rebecca Simon Peter, who has been relating to the DISC profile, where we've been looking at just how God creates each and every one of us. And what we've learned is that we all are different. And instead of us being able to focus on our differences, we've been learning to appreciate the way in which God created us, and then learning how to be able to complement one another and to respect those differences. For example, if someone is created with a way in terms of liking to get things done, we call them high achievers. That's who I am. I'm a D. And so I don't always spend a lot of time in fellowship or maybe asking people how they're doing or spending a lot of time just kind of what I call chit-chatting. That just kind of bugs me. But I also know that God has created other people, and that's their gift. In fact, they may not even care whether anything gets done until people know that they're cared for. And so they have this ability to be able to make people feel at home. They have the ability to be able to develop strong relationships, and they have a place to serve within the church as well. So we've been using this process with the DISC profile for leadership development among the clergy. It's a 3-year process. We're in our 2nd year. We also are in the process of developing laity, and so for the next quadrennium, which is the next 4 years, we'll be looking for new lay leadership, persons who want to serve in positions of leadership, not only within the conference, but also within their districts as well. And so the nominating process will hopefully lift up some persons to serve in leadership. Now, I also want to say that we're going to be looking for young persons. You know, the church has served those of us above the age of 60 for a very, very long time. And there's nothing, I don't have anything against a person who is above the age of 60. Please hear me. But also know that if we aren't constantly developing young and effective leaders in terms of the young adults and our youth, then we've kind of cut off our future as well. And there's a place for everyone within the church. And so what I would like to see us is begin to talk about not only appreciating and recognizing those who have served for many, many years, and many of you are still serving in those positions, but then begin to look and see if there are young people who, for whatever reason, may not be participating or involved in leadership. And I'd like for us to start helping to mentor or coach those young persons to help them find their rightful place within the church as well.
And so they created this button that said most humble. And so on the day in which they were going to recognize the most humble person in the church, they settled on that individual in the back. And when they put the pin and the button on it, they had to take it back the next day because he walked around saying, I'm the most humble person in the church. I'm the one whom they recognize. Can you hear it? Yeah. In God's eyes, he's already received his reward. See, humility is something in which we just do and serve without any thinking about whether we're going to get rewarded or not.